What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great, and enjoying freedom. It's a great day to have a great day. Today, I wanted to talk about both silver and gold, along with different cash funds I have for completely different reasons. We're going to get into it, but really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos, subscribe to my second channel for weekly videos, go and get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel. Come and join us in the Precious Metals VIP Club for giveaways, live streams, deal alerts, and a whole lot more. You can actually watch Saturday and Sunday's videos both right now if you want to. And of course, make sure to go and get your 6 free stocks by downloading Webull and funding your account. Refer one friend and they're going to give you all the way up to 100 free random stocks. Everything will be linked in the description. So today is Friday, June 3rd, 2022. It's actually Wednesday the 1st, 2022 as I'm filming the video, which means 48 hours early. I have no idea what the spot price of silver or gold will be by the time the video comes out, so head on down to the comments and let me know the date and time you're viewing the video and what the current spot price is for you. I'm always curious. So today, I wanted to talk about the silver and the gold, and I wanted to talk about why I have different cash funds that I keep in different areas and then I'm planning to use for completely different things. First things first, I wanted to point out the fact that when it comes to how much cash I have left over at the end of the month, after I'm done taking care of my Uncle Sam, after I'm done taking care of bills, after I'm done buying food and just doing everything that I need to do for the month, at the end of the month, we all have a certain amount of cash left over, some more than others. Must be nice. Maybe somebody out there has a couple hundred, somebody has a couple thousand, somebody has 10,000, whatever the case may be, it doesn't really matter. However much cash you have at the end of the month, usually you take that cash and you do something very specific with it. On the other hand, I do a variety of different things with the leftover cash. Now, there are really 4 main things that I split my cash up into, and I don't do it evenly. A majority of the leftover cash I set to the side and I call it my silver fund. I'll take a little bit of cash and I'll leave it to the side, and that'll be my gold fund, which I'm planning on growing. I transfer some of the cash over to a brokerage app so that I can use it to invest, and then I keep a little bit of cash on the sidelines that I usually just leave in my checking account, because most of the purchases I made, actually nearly 100% of the purchases I make, are made with a credit card. That way I can get the rewards and the cash back and whatnot, and also simultaneously continue building my credit, and then I use my checking account to pay off all the credit cards. But I wanted to talk about how there are 3 things that I do with my cash, and I'm not talking about separating it into different piles of cash. I'm talking about 3 things that I actually do with my currency so that I can get rid of it. Number 1 is I convert it into something that I personally believe stands a far better chance of storing value or holding its own than the dollar bill. This is what I use silver and gold for a majority of the time. The second thing that I do is invest it into something to produce more of it, something that I believe will appreciate in value, and not only that, preferably generate cash flow as well. And then of course 3, I spend it on something that I know for an absolute fact will save me currency in the long run. It might be a somewhat hefty upfront purchase, but after a short period of time goes by, eventually I will break even, and at that point it's just straight saved money from there. So those are the 3 things that I do with my cash, and I separate my cash into 4 separate piles. One pile is obviously for the silver, the other one is obviously for the gold, but they both fall under the conversion umbrella. So I wanted to talk about that first. I wanted to talk about stacking the silver and the gold. See, a lot of people, they'll take a pile of cash to the coin shop, or they'll just place some order online, which, as I always say, I prefer not to do nowadays. Hashtag support your LCS. If you don't want anybody knowing what that stands for, let them know it stands for locally canned soup. T-shirts and hoodies in the DYDSS store. Link in the description. But a lot of people, they'll go after silver and gold at the same time. As of lately, and when I say as of lately, I'm talking about the last maybe 6 months or so, I have not been doing that. That's what I was doing, and to be honest with you, it's what I would prefer to be doing, but right now I've taken my foot off the gas on gold, and I'm just really lasering in my focus on the silver, which is pretty much what I've always done. I've always prioritized silver over gold, and I've definitely picked up quite a bit more silver than gold over the last couple of years. But I'm really lasered in on silver right now. I'm dialed in. I'm really focused on silver. Now, I do understand that I'm pretty weak on gold. I don't have very much gold. You can see on display that I have a nice little pile of gold right there. That's not all of the gold that I own. I also have a kookaburra that is out of frame. I have a little gold bar that's also out of frame. And I have a couple of other eagles and maples locked up in the safe. But I put one of each type of coin in a capsule. That's just what I decided to do. And those are what I keep on display. But other than that, I don't really have all that much gold. And I understand that I'm lacking in the gold department. And right now, I have a little bit of cash on the sidelines that I'm just saving up right now. See, like I said, I have a silver fund and I have a gold fund. The silver fund, I try to get silver as often as I can, whether it be once a month or preferably twice a month. Constantly rotating through the cash. Add a little bit of cash to the silver fund, go and take it and go and get some silver. My gold fund, on the other hand, little by little, I'm adding to it. Brick by brick by brick. I'm just adding a little bit at a time. I'm not in a rush. It's not a race. I don't need to go and get my next gold coin that quickly. But little by little, I'm adding a little bit of cash to the gold fund. And right now, I'm waiting until I have enough cash set aside so that I can go and get myself a 1/4 ounce gold coin. But I don't know if that's exactly what I'm going to do. That's just what I'm saving up for at the moment. When I get to that point, when I have enough currency sitting there, ready to be converted into a 1/4 ounce of gold, I might say to myself, you know what? I'm going to keep on saving up. I'm going to work my way up to 1/2 ounce of gold. I'll wait till I have enough cash to go and get 1/2 ounce of gold. Maybe I'll do that. And guess what? When I get to the point where I have enough currency to go and get a 1/2 ounce of gold, I might say the same thing I said when I had enough to get a 1/4 ounce. I might say, I'm going to keep on saving. And I'm going to save up to get a 1 ounce gold coin. Now, if and when I ever get to the point where I have enough cash to get a 1 ounce gold coin, I can assure you, I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, let me save up for 2 ounces. No. At that point, that's when I'm going to get my gold. Except the only thing is, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. All I know right now is I want to save up. I want my gold fund to be saved right now. I want to build that up. A small cash position to the point where I can go and get a 1 ounce gold coin. When I get to that point, I will either get a 1 ounce gold coin, or maybe at that point I'll change my mind a little bit and I'll say that I want to get 2 1/2 ounce gold coins. It's still an ounce of gold. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll get a 1/2 ounce and 2 1/4 ounce. I don't know. All I know is that when it comes to my gold fund, I want to keep on saving up until I have enough to acquire a 1 ounce gold coin if that's what I want to do. Again, the silver fund, I go through that pretty quick. Every time I take care of everything that needs to be taken care of for the month and whatever's left over, and I break up the cash, put a little bit in the silver fund, a little bit in the gold fund, a little bit in the investment account, and a little bit just in the checking account. The silver, I go running on over to the coin shop, like a kid running to the candy store. The gold fund, that can wait. So again, this is the first thing that I do with my currency, because I try to get rid of it. I don't want the currency. I want the money. So number one is I convert it into something that I personally believe stands a far better chance of storing value over an extended period of time. That's what I utilize the silver and gold for. That's just my opinion. This is from my perspective. Not a financial advisor, so this isn't financial advice. I'm just documenting what I'm doing. But that's the first thing that I do. The second thing that I do, and I'll make this quick, is I invest some of that currency into something that I believe will appreciate in value over time and preferably also produce cash flow. I'm talking about dividends, I'm talking about distributions. I want to increase my income and increase my net worth at the same time. Index funds, individual stocks, ETFs are how I go about doing so. Now, ideally, if I had the currency, I'd like to buy a small rental property. It's a good way of producing cash flow as well. And not only that, it's a good way of parking your cash in something that's pretty much guaranteed to go up in value. Real estate is king. Now, I don't have any real estate. Maybe one day. I just wanted to use that as an example of something that can appreciate in value and also cash flow. Your net worth slowly builds and it increases your income because you have rental income coming in, or you have dividend income coming in, distribution income coming in. I like to park my cash into things like that. If I put, let's just say, $100 into something and it has let's just say a 4% yield. Might not sound like very much, but my $100 parked right there is generating me $4 a year. Again, doesn't seem like very much, but it adds up over time. And when those $4 come in, put it right back in. Now I have $104 parked with that 4% yield. So guess what? Next time around, it's going to be a little bit more than $4. And just keep feeding that fire, keep building that up, keep letting it compound and snowball. And who knows? Maybe one day I'll get to the point where I'll have enough to take those dividends and distributions and run on over to the coin shop with them. That's the goal. And then, of course, the third thing that I do to get rid of my currency is spend it on something that I know for an absolute fact is going to save me currency in the long run. The example I always give is the water purification unit that I own. I've told this story before, so let me just make it really quick. A couple years ago, I went and got myself, I think it was about a $250 water purification unit. I used to spend $1 a day on gallon jugs of water. So when I bought this thing for $250, by the time 250 days had gone by, I had already broken even because otherwise I'd be spending $1 a day for those 250 days. And at that point, straight saved currency. It's been years. I think about 3 years at this point. I haven't bought a gallon jug of water. I haven't bought a single water bottle. Haven't bought a case of water. I have not purchased water from the store in years. Saved currency. Another example is the power station that I went and got myself. This thing was $500. But guess what? Number one, I use it every single day. Every single day. I take it with me because I work from home most days now. I could take it with me outside. I could do my job in the backyard. Guess what? I can toss it in the car. I could do my job at the park, at the beach, on a hiking trail, wherever I want. I can take it with me. But the main reason I got it was in the event of a power out. It was more of a business continuity purchase. That's how I viewed it. In the event that the power goes out, I need access to power so I can continue doing my job. My job isn't going to do itself. This YouTube channel isn't going to run itself. The DYDSS store isn't going to run itself. The Precious Metals VIP Club isn't going to run itself. Everything that I'm doing, I need power. So I went and got myself a 500-watt portable power station. And guess what? Sure, it cost $500 up front, but it saved me a lot of currency over the last maybe year and a half. Don't even remember when I got it. I think I got it in late 2020. But I use it every single day. I got my money's worth multiple times over. And it saved me a lot. It's also made me a lot. But those are just a couple of examples. Different things that I can go about purchasing that I know will save me money in the long term. Another example could be a food dehydrator. Reason I say this is because you go to the store, you buy some fruits and vegetables, and if you're anything like me, if you're just some average Joe, a couple days go by and you realize now they've gone bad and you gotta throw them out. I hate doing that. I know not everybody had the upbringing that I had, but I hate throwing away food. Makes me feel horrible. Because I remember being younger, and it's not like I could just open the fridge and there's unlimited amounts of food. That's something that I take very seriously. I hate throwing away food, and it just feels wasteful. But not only that, anytime I go to the store, buy fruits and vegetables and whatnot, I have a food dehydrator. I haven't dehydrated any fruits or vegetables in a while, but I used to do it all the time. And I'm probably gonna get back in the habit of doing it. Chop up some apples, chop up some bananas, chop up some kiwis or whatever, toss them in the food dehydrator, dry them out. It'll remove like 95% of the water that's inside the fruits, and then you could put them in either a vacuum sealable bag or a mason jar, or store them however you're going to store them. And guess what? If you weren't going to dehydrate them, they'd be able to last maybe, a week on the shelf? But now that you removed the water from inside the fruits, they can last weeks, months, potentially even years, depending on how you store them. And that's if you dehydrate them. If you freeze dry them, it's even better. Dehydrating removes about 95% of the water inside. That's what I do. Freeze drying, I think, removes 98 or 99% of the water inside. So technically, it's even better. Barely a difference, but it is technically a little bit better. So that's another example. I went and spent, I don't know, $30, $40, $50 on a food dehydrator. And do you have any idea how much it saved me from having to throw away fruits that would go bad if I didn't have a dehydrator? Dehydrate the fruits. Saves me currency. And these are just a couple of examples. I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Do you take the same approach I do? When you have some cash left over at the end of the month, whether it's $100 or $1,000 or $1 million, doesn't matter. Do you do what I do? You separate the cash, different piles for different reasons. Maybe you have a silver fund and you try to go through it as quickly as possible. Maybe you have a gold fund. Maybe you also go through it as quickly as possible. Or maybe you do what I do and you're just slowly saving up for your next gold coin. Do you invest any of it? Are you looking for ways to appreciate in value and grow your net worth? And also potentially generate some cash flow? And then, of course, do you spend it on things that you know will save you currency in the long run? Those are the three things that I do. Convert it into something that'll stand a better chance of storing value, invest it in something that will generate cash flow, and spend it on something that'll save me currency. Those are really the only three things that I do with leftover cash at the end of the month. So I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. If you guys like today's video, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Go and get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel in the biggest possible way. Got t-shirts, hoodies, stickers, coffee mugs in a bunch of different designs. And a lot of the products are helping us raise some funds and awareness for different charity organizations, by the way. DYDSS store will be linked in the description. Come and join us in the Precious Metals VIP Club, which is where I do giveaways every single month, live streams multiple times a week, deal alerts on silver and gold almost every single day. You can watch all of my videos early and commercial free. You can watch Saturday and Sunday's videos both right now if you want to. And of course, every Saturday morning I post a brand new vlog. And there are a ton of other perks as well, by the way. VIP Club link in the description. I guarantee you the value exceeds the cost. And of course, last but certainly not least, make sure to go and get your 6 free stocks by downloading Webull and funding your account. Normally it's 2 free stocks, but they bumped it up to 6 until June 9th. So capitalize on this while you can. And you can deposit any amount. It could be as little as a penny. It still works. It still counts. You still get your free stocks. And if you refer one friend by June 9th as well, they're going to give you all the way up to 100 free random stocks for the referral. This is part of their advertising budget. Rather than wasting currency on billboards and TV commercials, they reward their users for helping them build their app with them. And being that I'm filming this video on June 1st, before the markets even open, they should have another promo going on for the entire month of June. So look forward to that as well. It's yet to be released. Webull link in the description. Time is running out. Don't pass up on an opportunity. If you don't want the stocks, go and get them anyway. They're free. Then just sell them. Congratulations. Now you have the cash to go and get you some silver or gold if that's what you want. You can invest it to produce some cash flow if that's what you want. Or you can spend it on something that'll save you even more currency if that's what you want. Webull link in the description. And I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know once again, what are your thoughts on really the only 3 things that I do with my cash nowadays? Whatever's left over at the end of the month, unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of it. But however much I do have left over at the end of the month, I really only do those 3 things. Those are the only 3 things that I'm interested in doing. Converting it into, let's just say, silver or gold, investing it into something to produce cash flow, or spending it on something that'll help me save currency in the long run. And then, of course, when it comes to having different cash funds for different reasons, do you take the same approach? Do you have cash sitting over here as a silver fund? Do you have cash sitting over here as a gold fund? Do you have uninvested cash sitting in your brokerage account? Or maybe it's already been invested. And then do you keep some cash in the checking account? Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you tomorrow. Don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.